Welcome to Awareness of Breath Meditation. I'm Lisa, and let's begin by finding ourselves a comfortable seated position. Or if sitting isn't comfortable right now, if that feels like a limitation in this moment, this is easy enough to practice lying down or standing up. The only goal here is to bring the body to rest. So taking a moment and just adjusting our posture, making ourselves comfortable, doing whatever we need to allow the body to come to a state of stillness. And then as I ring the bells, on each chime of the bell, perhaps if it's comfortable to do so, taking a deep breath in and breathing out. And encouragement here, if you care to gently allow the eyes to close. I myself practice meditation with my eyes open and the gaze soft and slightly unfocused, but the choice is yours. So if it's comfortable to do so, breathing in, and as we breathe in, feeling the body expand and lift, and then breathing all the way out. And the out breath, just allowing the tension to ease out of the muscles and the joints. Again, breathing in and breathing out. So that uplift on the in-breath and the gentle deflating, collapsing of the body on the out-breath. And one final time. And breathing out. And just allowing the body to become heavy. Feeling the gentle pull of gravity. So the muscles, the bones, all of the weight of the body coming deeply to a rest on this earth. So that tug of gravity that holds us in place, just allowing the body to yield to that gentle pull of the earth. And as we yield to the earth, perhaps becoming conscious of the points of contact between the body and what is not body. So the feel of the derriere on a chair or a cushion. Perhaps feeling our feet, the soles of our feet coming to a deep rest on the ground. Perhaps if our hands are in our laps, we feel the weight of one palm, one hand in another hand, or the weight of the hands on the knees or the thighs. Or perhaps our arms are resting on the arms of a chair, but simply in this moment, feeling those points of contact and allowing the body to rest completely, allowing the body to come to a still position. This is a home base for our mindfulness practice. It's like all day long we're a snow globe, you know, those glass or plastic globes that have the little scene, the little city inside, and then that fake snow that swirls around. So all day long we're like a snow globe, and we're being shaken up, shaken up, shaken up. We, in our movement, in our thoughts, in our flow of emotions, that kind of continual agitation of the body, the heart, and the mind. And then we come to a moment of an intentional, attentive mindfulness practice where we set the snow globe down. We allow it to come to a rest. We put it on the mantle. We settle. And as we do so, the flakes of snow maybe start to slow down. Maybe we start to be able to distinguish one flake of fake snow globe snow from another. So this mindfulness practice, this sitting or still meditation practice that we're embarking on today, is like setting the snow globe of our own bodies, hearts, and minds down. So settling in and allowing the breath simply to flow at its own natural cadence and pace. So we're not breathing deliberately right now. We're not trying to breathe deeply or slowly. We're just letting the breath move at its own pace, move in its own rhythm. And we're bringing attention to this sensation of the breath, wherever we feel it most vividly in the body. So that might be at the tip of the nose, at the entrance of the nostrils, where as we breathe in, the slightly cool, dry air of the room can be felt against the sensitive skin of the nose. And as we breathe out, the air, warmed and made moist by its passage through the body, exits the nostrils slightly warmer and moister than it entered. So perhaps as we breathe in and out at our own natural breathing pace, feeling that coolness and that warmth. Or perhaps the breath is more sensible, more salient to us in the movement of the chest as the rib cage expands on the in-breath and gently collapses on the out-breath. And we can even place a hand on our heart, allowing ourselves with this gentle, relaxed hand on the heart, allowing ourselves to sense into the movement of the chest as the breath rises and falls. Maybe even feeling that movement of the breath in the shoulders, in the collarbone, as we breathe in and out. Again, not forcing the breath, not trying to control the breath, just breathing at our own natural pace. Or perhaps the breath is sensible to us, is feelable to us in the movement of the belly, the lower abdomen, as the diaphragm, which like an umbrella opening, flattens, enabling the lungs to expand, the belly rises. And then as the diaphragm collapses, like an umbrella closing, it rises into the chest and the lungs empty. So the belly rises and falls as we breathe, and perhaps we can feel that movement. So we might place one hand on the heart and another on the belly, gently, loosely, feeling into the movement of the breath. Now our mind will drift away from the sensation of the breath again and again. We may even start to find ourselves falling asleep. We may get distracted by other sensations in the body. We may find ourselves bored and starting to daydream, or there may be thoughts that we're ruminating on, ideas and notions and concerns and judgments that take our attention, pull our attention. This is how the mind works. This is always how the mind works. And in mindfulness practice, our simple task is to gently guide our attention back to the breath. This awareness of the breath, allowing our attention, as soon as we've noticed that the attention has left the breath, just gently guiding it back to wherever we feel the breath most vividly, most vibrantly in the body, whether in the nostrils, in the chest, in the belly. And just noticing where the mind is right now and bringing attention back gently, firmly to the breath. The attention is almost like a buoy in the ocean we allow it to rest on this rising and falling of the breath. We gently guide attention back to the rising and falling of the breath like a buoy, rising and falling with the waves of the ocean. So the attention is like a bright spark, a buoy in the middle of this rising and falling current, bringing the attention back, gently directing awareness back to the breath as it rises and falls. And noticing where the attention is and gently guiding it back to the breath, in and out. Thank you for your practice.